Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Up right in corner we got Father starting as the yellow Terran. Bottom right in corner we got Tarpman starting as the teal Zerg. Again, my bias is going to be in Tarpman's favor once again because long-term friend. Just let people know that this is going to be on Polestar and it is Starcon 2025 from Philly. Pretty good game. In the initial stage, that game obviously went to Father. Had good proxy that I was not expecting to work because of the drone's ability to hide on the high ground. We do not have... it's a little bit harder to execute the marine bunker. There's not a lot of distance to build on the edge here. I don't know if that's going to favor Tarpman. Actually, it's, sorry, down here. Kind of awkward space. I would not be surprised to see Tarpman opt for an earlier pool to try to negate Father's strategy along those lines, but I'm guessing Father's not going to go for two aggressive bunker proxies in a row. And okay. Tarpman, in fact, is going for the 9 pool, and not even over pool, going straight 9 pool off of this. This could be dangerous for Father as well. Father's not going for a front door seal, and he's placing his barracks rather far forward. So now the risk for Father is, well, for Tarpman is not scouting his opponent rapidly enough. So Overlord will make its way towards the left. That will provide a degree of initial scouting information. This drone's going to head probably top right. It is, some players like going for the worst possible scenario first, so it might be a cross spawn scout. We'll see if that's in fact the case from Tarpman. If that, yeah, it looks like he's going to go cross spawn. Well, never mind. It's hard to tell with these units sometimes. Looks like he is going to head to top right. We have the initial 6 Zerglings being produced. And as you can see, we got 6 Zerglings that are going to be out there in a hurry. And Father did open with the barracks. The SCVs are going to have to pull off the line and provide some solid defense, but this could very likely slow his economy down. Drone able to get in, sees the barracks positioning. He's got to like that because there's just not a lot of... There's not a lot of cruft for the Marines to hide behind. The Zerglings are away, and Father is none the wiser. Second SCV scout for Father. I think Father was thinking, oh, I'm going to go for that same sort of bunker strategy. Well, in a second, guess again. And does that SCV get taken out along the way? Oops. Tarpman accidentally clicked on one of his own Zerglings right there. He's getting a bit distracted. Now regathering. Honestly, I would just go straight Zerglings from here. Father pulling 3 SCVs to go ahead and blockade the lane. Hatchery built. Now we got 2 stranded SCVs out in the field for Father. Zergling's not able to get any forward momentum, but this is going to delay that natural expansion for a good spot of time. SCV trying to get what damage it can, taking some serious shots from those SCVs. We got a 303 gas, a much later gas than typical, but at the same time, Father's economy is going to be a lot slower than typical because he's not going to be able to take control of that natural expansion. Potentially when he wanted to, he's going to have to pump out a lot more Marines a lot more rapidly. He's actually making moves right here. Where's the fifth Zergling? 6 base being grabbed, by the way, off this. Did the 2 Zerglings return, or did 2 of them actually die in the initial engagement? I guess I missed a couple of them being wiped out. This is a much later command center. Tarpman sharking in is going to be able to get the SEV. Father asleep at the wheel. That's going to be extra seconds that are shaved off that command center, and he needs that up as rapidly as possible. Man, natural expansion up in the meantime for Tarpman, and he's not that far behind in the overall worker count. Tarpman does need to start thinking about how he's going to defend his various properties, though, because the Marine count has gotten fairly sizable. Father's shown himself to be an aggressive player. Tech to layer at the 4-minute mark, by the way. I think that's going to end up being like a 5:15 layer. It's a bit later. And the Zergling's getting cleaned up on the forward field, and Father making his way out on the map. 6 o'clock base is already spawned, so that can no longer be canceled. And we've got another pile of Zerglings being produced. We do not have Zergling speed in the midst of this. And this is enough Marines, honestly, that they could easily peel through the Zerglings depending on positioning. So let's see if Tarpman is able to get solid positioning on Father here. Right now it's looking dangerous. Natural expansion completely exposed. Father actually turning around. That was a missed opportunity, honestly. I am shocked. He saw no sunken colony. He maybe just presumed that it was just a massive Zergling flood. But Tarpman honestly did not have a solid enough foundation of Zerglings to counter right there. Hydralisk then, in the meantime, for Tarpman. I don't know if that was an emergency Hydralisk Den or if he was in fact planning on going Lurker right there. Father's drawn back to his natural expansion. Maybe he was concerned about Mutalisk timing, but the thing is he knew that it was overpool, or he knew that it was a pool opener, which meant that Spire was a bit delayed. I think the problem for Father right there is he was presuming it was a standard 2-hatch timing rather than initial Zerglings, which slows, kind of gums up the works otherwise. So missing an opportunity, honestly, to finish out the game. Zerglings swarming, spotted no second gas, which might throw him off a little bit. Looks like Tarpman is going to go ahead and grab that second gas himself. Yeah, dropping a Comsat station at the natural expansion, and we've got a barracks stim on the way. Handful of lurkers are, well, a lurker's morphing. Sorry, that's lurker tech evolving at the natural. Comsat about finished. I'll be interested to see where Father opts to Comsat, whether he's going to Comsat the 6 o'clock location, which honestly would be the aggressive Comsat. Comsat's the natural, sees a few Hydralisks there. So now he knows it's a potential lurker play, sees the 2 creep colonies getting dropped in the midst of this as well. Wow, getting an eye full of information. I don't know if that's going to be in time, but the Zerglings should be able to buy time in the midst of this, and Father potentially going a little bit too deep, considering lurkers are not that far from completing, and he doesn't have a lot of Comsats making in. So diving in on the sunken colonies, the Zerglings waiting a half tick, they're diving in, they're Hydralisk there to support, the Zerglings absolutely melting. Second sunken colony does in fact finish, and this might be a dead natural expansion still. Father getting a lot of damage done. Yeah, that sunken colony coming down too late. Few Marines remaining. The Zerglings finish. We got 4 Marines left, and that is not enough. Tarpman defends and morphs that very damaged Hydralisk into Lurker. No follow-up with the Fire Bats. Again, Father playing a little bit defensively. He is getting that factory down about the 7-minute mark, which would be a little bit more important if there's a standard hive time and not a more aggressive Lurker play. In this instance, Tarpman honestly playing kind of by the skin of his teeth, and Father definitely has a sizable advantage. Firebats Marines forward, he's getting additional barracks, going for 2 additional Comsats. Where did he drop the second Comsat? Okay, there's an additional Comsat. I think he accidentally Comsatted the same area. Sees the Queen's Nest, no Spire. 6 o'clock base is humming. Third gas has not been capped for Tarpman as of yet, and that's really the important bit. A single lurker on that forward edge, pushing the Medic Marine army back. That is a very, very thin defense. Comsat wiping that lurker out. The Firebats should easily be able to handle the Zerglings. +1 weapons on the way, but we don't have any upgrades on either side as of yet. Tarpman moving 2 more lurkers out onto the field. And Father in a pretty good macro situation right here. Double starport dropping. We don't have, I take that back. We have Hive about 1/3 finished, but no third gas as of yet for Tarpman. And I don't know that he's going to have a sufficient enough bulk of units to whittle down the irradiates and keep enough out on the field to keep Father back right this second. Father is going to have a lot of irradiate very, very quickly, and he's already got a sizable army. His macro is spot on. Firebat checking 3 o'clock location. Wouldn't be shocked if Father grabbed that as he starts moving out. I do like this positioning here from Tarpman. 2 more lurkers making the way forward to support the lurkers on that edge. Third gas now getting grabbed at the 6 o'clock location. Evolution chamber also getting dropped a bit late on that evolution chamber, considering usually you'll see it a little bit more rapidly with faster lurker play, because you need the Zerglings and other things to be a little bit more durable. Father sees, I think he Comsatted that edge. He's waiting on science vessels, is going the far way around just in case. Yeah, and starting to move into the maneuver to the 6 o'clock location. We do not have any lurkers in place there as of yet. Science facility just finishing. I think the science facility was a little bit lost in the build order. So unfortunately for Father, where I thought he was going to be way ahead with the science vessels, might not matter though, because the Medic Marine armies managed to bypass Tarpman's defenses. The natural expansion is wide exposed, and the 6 o'clock base is also exposed. And Tarpman's none the wiser. First lurker burrowing, unit scrambling back, but this is a massive army. That's a very rapidly, yeah, that lurker's gone. And I think that should be GG, except Father's focusing, okay, there we go. Yeah, just focus the base. That should be it. Here, we do have, we have a defiler mound up. Yeah, GG. Tarpman gets clipped right there. Father takes game 2. That pushes Tarpman to the lower bracket. Father will continue in the upper bracket. Well played by Father. Tarpman having trouble getting some pieces together there. Hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. Thanks for listening.